What's up, North County? I'm your host, Randy Doty, and today on the show, we have Erik Mccornack with Soundhouse in the house. Welcome.
Don't go crazy. Don't go crazy.
Everyone's, oh, what's up? What's up, Erik? Yeah. Right on, man. So thanks for coming on the show, man.
Oh, it was an honor to be invited. I think it's great. We need someone to keep us informed on the whatabouts going on in North County.
Yeah.
So you're no better person than you, Randy.
I appreciate that. Well, shoot, Erik, I mean, come on now. Let's see. You're a Tascadero. Tascadero native, right?
Basically, yeah. My family's been here for 6 generations and farming. And then my dad decided to become a meat cutter. He moved down to Santa Barbara before I was born because he got transferred to, I think it was the Sclary's down there.
Okay.
And so I actually was born in Santa Barbara, but they were down there, I think, for 5 years. Then he got transferred back here. And then, yeah, Tascadero. But I've actually been in Paso since I was about, in my early 20s.
Right.
So Tascadero is my alma mater, baby. Orange and gray all the way. But you know,
so you got some red in there. You got some.
I got some orange. Yeah, I got a little crimson in me too. You know,
I always say the same thing.
Don't tell Newt Welsh or all my A-town teammates and stuff that. But Paso's great. Tascadero's great. We just got a great North County.
North County, that's the deal. It's the North County. I mean, if you would have thought back this when we were in high school, because you were a year older than me,
right?
Everybody's like, oh, I'm getting the hell out of, I'm leaving this place. I'm never coming back. That didn't work out so well, right?
Very, it worked out for a while for some people, and everybody seems to want to come back,
But it's just, there's so much cool stuff in the North County. I mean, you think about like San Luis County in general, it's like the north of the grade just has, Tascadero is exploding. With all their businesses and events.
Tascadero's done some great things in the past 10 years or so, That whole downtown area is amazing. It's, we're doing some concerts down there in the Sunken Garden, I think on a First Friday.
Oh, yeah, the First Fridays.
Yeah, I'm not sure the dates. If you guys want to know the dates, I would say go to artistecard/soundhouse.com. That's our website. There's a link. Because we got quite a bit coming up, so I don't really know all my dates, but we got Paso a concert at the park this year.
Nice.
That's gonna be fun. We didn't get Tilton or Tascadero, which is great. But they got a great lineup of other bands, so I'll probably be out checking them out. But I think June 22nd at Paso. So, but there's always an event somewhere. It's great to be an entertainer in this county because with all the wineries and all the breweries and there's always events, so
you started, you were playing back in high school,
drummer, right?
Yeah, so you were doing some sort of musical
I was in a band. It's my musical journey started probably around age 7, and I was wanting a drum set, got one Christmas one year, and destroyed it probably within 4 days. I think it was a Bugs Bunny drum set. That had bugs on the, but then I got a real drum set when I was 13, and then I joined a band with my good brother. I think everybody knows Kelly Atwell, the singer for High Voltage, ROA. He's no longer the singer for High Voltage, but he's been around here. And I was a freshman, I think 94. Met Kelly and started, doing the high school band thing, but no one really knew about it from Tascadero because I was an athlete too, and I played football, wrestled, and baseball. So at that time in the 80s, it wasn't really cool to be known as a heavy metaler, so I didn't look the part, but I would sneak away to Cayucas and we'd, that'd be my band life. So that's what through high school. Did that, and then moved on to different bands and was in a band called Resonation, a reggae band. I'm pretty sure most people know them. They've been around almost 25 years.
They're still around,
They still are around, yeah.
Okay.
And we're working with, in fact, our band is also working with Pat Pearson. Pat Pearson, who's a guitar player in Resonation, and we recorded a couple albums together. And so he's going to come and we're going to collaborate with him in Soundhouse as well. So look for Pat Pearson coming to join the Soundhouse crew off and on here in a bit. So
no kidding.
Yeah, because we were a 2 guitar player band for a while, Well, actually, for about 10 years. We've been around for going on 15. But the last 5-6 years, we've been down to one guitar player. So, but with some shows, we decided to add another guitar player, which Pat Pearson is the man. And we got Bales Walker on guitar, who moved here from Idaho to join the band. Great story. Too long to try to go into on this podcast. But and then we have Dan Savlin, our drummer, who just joined the band about 6 months ago, and Rodney Streeper, the bass player. So I've had about 30 different members in and out, in and out. You know, people moving, some people leaving, coming back. So it's sort of been an open door for about 15 years now.
So when did you transition from, you know, on the back, you know, in the drums to, I mean, because you're the lead singer, right?
Well, yeah. And you know, the drumming thing, I think I first gave my real shot at singing as a singer. I mean, I was drumming and singing back, I think probably about 95 or something in a cover band that we did. And, but I never, you know, I was a drummer trying to sing. Well, in about 2008, I had my last original band I was in with Rick Landis, who passed away, but sadly. But after that band ended, I just said, I'm going to take a break from music, and if I ever come back, I'm just going to try, you know, a cover band, singing. I'm tired of hauling drums around. So did that, and I didn't take a very long break. But in 2008, I formed Soundhouse and tried to learn how to become a singer and a frontman, which took me. I'm still working on it. I'm still
just
working.
Going after it ever since then, huh?
Yeah, but it's I do miss drumming quite a bit, but my hands are all messed up now. I have like a real sort of a tingly, nummy feeling in it. I had surgery, didn't do anything, so I think I'll just stick to doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, but man, you rock it out there. You bring the energy. You know what I'm saying?
Try to.
I mean, that's probably that's the focus. You know what I'm saying? Is the energy.
Yeah.
You know, because everybody's thriving on you. Of course, you know everybody in the North County. You know, but I mean, people thrive on the energy that the lead brings. You know what I'm saying?
I think it is. I think. I mean, it's a whole band. I'm so lucky, you know, to have the people I do. I mean, I've had such a different variety of musicians, but I've had some of the best musicians in the world, and I mean that. I mean, I look at some of the guys I've been able to perform with, and it blows me away. I mean, you know, I just you don't realize how many good and actually amazing people you have right in our community.
Right.
For things, you know, but music is one of them. Every version of Soundhouse, and there's been a lot, has been a little different, you know. So I didn't plan it that way. I was always, you know, I was always a band like an Aerosmith or a Kiss or a Zeppelin. The band members stick together, you know, if they break up, you know, but you can't do that these days, especially in a little cover band. I mean, you know, we've built a nice big following around the Central Coast, luckily, because of our longevity. But it also, I think it's been hard when you lose a member, but it's also exciting in a way because that door's closing a little bit.
Right.
And you bring someone else in, and the band
flair.
sounds a little different. You know, we're in the process now of I'm having to revamp our set list, and I realized that a lot of the songs we're doing, we still do a lot of them, but music every 5 years, especially every 10 years, but you know, you realize you look in the crowd, and I remember, you know, the first time I played a club is Sweet Spring Saloon in 1993, 92, 93 with Devious. I was in the band with Devious with Kelly again, and our buddy Dag Coombs, who's passed away during COVID, not from COVID, but and his brother Jason. And that was a great band. I was fortunate enough to be picked to be like their third drummer sort of at the end of their career. And the first, you know, show I did, I'll never forget it. Nervous wreck. You look out there, and there's maybe, you know, 50 people, which seemed like a lot. And you know, and you get to see the audiences evolve. So I got to see them in the 80s, like, you know, in high school, 90s. And now you can see, like, in if we're, you got to play to the crowd. If you're playing a club, like we might be playing Pine Street Saturday, Roxy still wait for you to let me know are we doing it Saturday or not. But if you realize that those people aren't 50 some years old. Most of them now are in their 20s and 30s. So if we can't be playing all the 70 classics anymore, classic rock isn't Creedence anymore. It's Nirvana.
Right. AC/DC.
Yes, people, Nirvana is now considered classic rock. So.
Yeah, but Erik, let me stop you real quick because I've had this conversation before with people. It's like in rock, when you say classic rock, it's this now. Even in top, movies that are being released to this day, they're playing AC/DC, Ozzy Osbourne's from that era of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And in that 30-year span, there's nothing else in my opinion, in the rock industry. There might be a couple here and there. Somebody will say, well, what about so-and-so? I'm like, never heard of it. But country's different because country has been doing this. But in that rock era, that's why your band and your following is so big, is because even like my kids are 20, 22. They still kick ass to, AC/DC and Ozzy Osbourne and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's my era.
Right.
But that's why that following comes through because it's familiar kick-ass music.
It's about song selection when you're in a cover band. It really is. If you pick songs that only, if you're looking out the audience and say there's 100 people, and you pick a song that you just love, and man, I wanted to do this song for years. Band goes out, learns it, you come in and you rehearse it, sounds great, and you pick a song and it's from some artist or some song no one's heard of, they don't give a damn. I can say damn, yeah. And they'll walk away. So you got to make sure you pick songs not that you like, because we do things, we don't really do a lot of. We were more of a hard rock band, but we've now turned to more of, we're starting to still do some heavy songs, but we'll do Prince, and we'll do Dave Mason songs, Brett Young, a couple of the newer stuff, and some of the but. We still got to keep elements of Bon Jovi in there, a Bon Jovi song, an AC/DC song, but then we do a Dwight Yoakam song, and we do a Bill Withers song. So you just sort of got to mix it up, so everybody in the audience feels like they got a little something,
So Erik, is there, nowadays with copyright and infringement and stuff like that, is there anything that you have to, like, oh, we can't sing that song because band so and so, they'll sue us for everything?
well, you got to you got to go through ASCAP and get permission, or BMI, which is they're you need to pay them in order to use the rights.
Even just to say it yourself?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, you're supposed to put it that way. I'm not saying I do or don't.
Well, I'm just, like I said, I'm just sitting here thinking that, going, yeah.
No, I'm just joking. No, but it's sort of a trick. You're right. And put it this way: if we were to say we did a cover song, and we did it, and then say someone recorded it, and then it went out on YouTube and became real big. Okay, well. They might say, oh, that's got 2 million hits. We got to investigate this. Oh, so Soundhouse, cover band, and you did this song. Well, we're going to sue you. It doesn't matter, because all that does is if it gets that big, you've already got the song out there, and you sort of negotiate from there. But that doesn't happen these days.
We're thinking we're far-fetched.
But that's a good point, because you have to pay. To keep, to do those songs. So
now, do you have a particular go-to song? Like and I know you do. You probably have a few of them in your back pocket that you guys may have not planned for, but you can just kind of feel the vibe of the crowd. You're like, guys,
yeah,
we're going to this.
It's funny. It changes. It changes because for us. there's some songs we've been doing. I've been doing since day one of this band, and they, the Cars people. We start off a lot of probably about 80% of our shows with a couple songs from the Cars back to back, and it just seems to get people going. Everybody loves the Cars,
Sure.
But that Drift Away is another big song people like. But honestly, when we do Back in Black or Highway to Hell AC/DC's a big hit.
Those are staples, man.
They really are. You can't deny the songs and the power and just the greatness of them. So, but
it doesn't matter how old you are.
It don't matter how old you are.
Back in Black shook me all night long.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And there's sort of actually Shook Me All Night Long is really a standard. Highway to Hell. We just started doing Back in Black because not a lot of bands do that. It's a tough song. Lyrically, the cadence of the song is really trippy.
Right.
And it's like hard to fit in. If it's too fast, you're stumbling on words, So a lot of bands don't do that, but we're doing that now and sort of pulling back on Shook Me and all those, and because there's enough songs to choose from where you don't have to be stuck in gear. We do a lot of the same songs over and over again, but when you get a new song in a set, it's like I got the boys working out some new songs for the summertime. Probably be ready in a couple of weeks. We're gonna have a rehearsal Friday, go over them, and then we'll probably put them in the set list. But that's exciting because sometimes you pick a song you think is going to be a great crowd pleaser and it ends up being a turd.
So Erik, you're in real estate as well, right?
Absolutely. Anchor Real Estate. Me and Erik Smith been a partner for about 12 years now, something like that. And that's I've been really focused. I'm in real estate and been doing that since 2003. But I also have a production company which is called Soundhouse Productions. Plug. Boom, right there. And we started that about 4 years ago and real small, didn't really even plan on it. But someone said, you should do karaoke. I said, I'm not going to run karaoke. Karaoke is my enemy. I'm a musician.
Right.
Well,
people love karaoke.
They do love karaoke. And we do it at Outlaws every Wednesday with Donna Lou. And then Saturday, Jasmine. And then Sunday, give it Donna Lou. Starts at 8 and goes, to whenever, usually, 12:30, 1:30.
No kidding.
On the crowd. And then we do it. We're doing it this coming Saturday at the Pig Iron. I think that's at 7 or 8.
Down here in Templeton.
Down in Templeton, the Mercantile, building, the old AJ Spurs.
Yep.
And I think Christina, my lovely lady, will be running that.
Now, do you ever get out there and do some rips?
Oh, sometimes.
If you're like, man, I got to pump this crowd up.
I've been known to sing a little karaoke.
Everybody's like, boo, get off the stage, Erik.
Yeah, I've been, yeah.
No.
You quit showboating, get out there.
Get out
hey,
there.
Showboat, they realize,
on, let somebody else try.
Yeah, they're that guy before me blew me away. What are you talking about?
Well, if you remember, what was the Applebee's? There's Carol.
Yes.
Right on Ramada Drive.
I'm glad you reminded me. I would have thought of it.
Was it Applebee's?
It was Applebee's.
They used to have karaoke
there.
They
had bands. We played there. We were one of our first gigs.
No kidding.
I think that was probably like 2009, 2010.
Huh.
He had bands there, and it was a sort of a trip. They move a booth out in the corner, and they put it, and we sit up there, and
there in the bar, in the bar area. Yeah. You just crack it out.
It was fun. It was different, but it was fun.
Wow. So what does Soundhouse have coming up? What do you got coming up in the next month or two?
You know what? I know we have possibly, like I said, this coming Saturday at Pine Street. They got to see if they can get this trailer in the back from the city. City, please approve that. And if they do, we'll be out there Saturday. But if not, we're off this weekend. But we will be at the Siren May 6th, 2 to 5. There's a car show going down there. Okay. So it's in Motor Bay, so 2 to 5. And then we have a bunch. I don't really know our schedule. I should have I should have.
That's okay. Well,
but they can find it on. You go to Soundhouse, one word, all capitals, Soundhouse. There's a Facebook page. There's a link there. Click it, and you can save the dates and if you like the page, and you can even follow us and stuff, because I usually post the events every week. So
what's the biggest crowd you've ever played for?
Well, probably we played some big, probably about 3,000 to 5,000 people.
Wow.
For instance, concert in the Plaza in San Luis, and this was when I was in the JD Project in Resonation. We would get those shows in San Luis, and I think they said around 3,000 or 4,000 people. Those were big shows.
Wow, that's pretty good.
You go to Paso and Templeton. There's, I'm guessing,
500, 600, 800 people.
Yeah, I think there's actually, they say around 1,200.
Really?
I could be wrong. Someone correct me if I am, which I could be. But sometimes, I've done so many shows. We used to do on average about 100 shows a year. So after 15 years of just band, that's a lot of shows. If you go back to, Resonation days, and we did probably close to that many shows too. So, we've played the House of Blues in Hollywood before. Now it's gone, and that was a sold out show from what I remember. And so I don't know how many people that holds, but there's been some cool experiences. But there's also been plenty of 5 people out in the audience shows, more often than not, and so.
Just depends.
Yeah.
And you also play like private gigs, like you played at Jamie Simmons' Halloween party.
Those are, I had his Christmas party, yeah. Yeah, we do we got a gig coming up at Newport Beach where it's a corporate event, and that's where we make our, we don't, this isn't, we're making, playing the bars and stuff, we try not to do that much anymore. Like Pine Street's our local thing, but really the events is because we don't make a lot of money doing this. And if we can get a private event, we do charge a little more, like anybody, and we're more geared towards that now. Not because it's about money, but it's expensive to be in a band. I can promise you that.
Oh,
much.
I bet. Just like and time.
I just dropped, this last year it was probably about $25,000. And all new, equipment, sound, plus, also with the karaoke company too, you buy a lot of stuff. But it's so a lot of people don't realize the work it is to set up sound, and if you get on stage to set up the lights, and you got subwoofers and you got speakers.
Oh, yeah, everything's got to be perfect, man.
Yeah, and you got to have a sound guy, and we got a guy named John Krupa who's our sound guy, our sound engineer, and he's amazing. He's he makes my job a lot easier, because instead of me having to try to perform, run sound, and everything else, he does it, and it makes the performance so much better.
Well, cool.
It's a lot better that way than trying to do 5 things at once.
I hear you. Well, right on, Eric. Well, like I said, I appreciate you coming on the show.
Randy, thank you, brother.
So we dig watching you. You bring a lot of entertainment, and you bring a lot of that power to the North County and everywhere you go. So
well, we work together, and 805 Customs has made a lot of great apparel for us over the years.
We appreciate that,
and
for sure.
we might have to put another order in for summertime.
Yeah, but you know what? Speaking of that, we'll have to get your band out here, because now we have all this equipment that we can sit there and go live. We can go outside, bring the band here.
Next time, you let us know. We would love that. I just, like I said, we're going to try to bring Bales in, but he couldn't make it today. But next time we can,
for sure,
however you want to do it, we'll do it.
Awesome. Eric, thanks again, man. Really appreciate it, brother.
Peace out, guys.
Well, there you have it, guys. Thanks for tuning in to What's Up North County. Erik Mccornack, Soundhouse, guys. You guys got to make sure that you go and check out his stuff, because you will not be disappointed. But guys, we can't do this without you and our sponsors. We'd like to thank Escalar Wines, Wine Travelers Hideaway, Rancho Sestero Meat Cutting, Visit Atascadero, 805 Customs, Story Termite and Pest Control, El Red Rooster, Pacific 805 Spas, Airflow Filter Services, Kennedy Club Fitness, Amy and Jamie's Place, and Paso Robles Furniture, guys. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.